FerociousWraith.
What is going on, my fellow fiends? Welcome back to another video. Now, I ain't gonna front with you guys. I'm pissed off. I am absolutely livid. I'm depressed. I am just shocked by how badly Aspyr has handled one of my favorite games of all time. That being Star Wars Battlefront 2 and of course Star Wars Battlefront 1. I cannot believe the audacity of these people to do the bare minimum to bring these games back in a modern sense. The absolute most bare bones remaster with just minimal graphical updates, a little online mode, and guess what? That online doesn't even work. The servers are absolutely busted, lag is everywhere, you cannot even match up with your friends because they can't find your servers. But if that wasn't bad enough, the game itself is even busted. Even the single player is somehow messed up, buggy, and broken beyond repair. And here's how it is now. They released a patch on PC last week, Monday or Tuesday from this recording, and console still hasn't gotten it a week later. When's the last time you saw a platform get favored with a release for a patch over another? And for me personally, when I played the game, I played some of Rise of the Empire, and I thought, oh, this is pretty good, it's going pretty well, it's a little challenging on elite difficulty and all, but I noticed something very peculiar. Cutscenes were not playing at the end of the missions. Therefore, half of the story is missing. How is this acceptable? How the heck are they somehow breaking the game far more than it was when it launched in 2005? Battlefront 2 is among my favorite games of all time. I had this game on damn near every platform I could get it on, just so that I could hop on my Clone Wars era matches and just join my clone boys, take on the droids, and just have fun, man. These games were such a stress reliever for me during some of the toughest times in my life. I can remember playing Battlefront 2, and all I've wanted to do for all my years is play Battlefront 2 online with friends. But guess what? Aspyr messed it up. But if it wasn't bad enough that the game's broken on release, almost the entire player base is gone because they went and got refunds. And what did this company do? Oh, thanks for your overwhelming support and feedback for our game. Oh man, we had some server problems. Sorry about that, and we hardly even got much of an apology, really. But beyond that, they haven't even said anything. Aspyr has to be one of the worst companies I have ever seen for just anything. Their support system, their social awareness is awful. They don't say anything on their social media platforms, and they just leave us in the dust. By the time this game is repaired, nobody will be there. And I can't take this. I don't know why nobody can count to 3 when it comes to some of my favorite games. We never got a proper Battlefront 3. We never got an EA Battlefront 3. We never got Left 4 Dead 3. We never got Half-Life 3. What's so hard about the number 3? Yeah, I know that could be, sometimes that's the movie that messes up in a trilogy, but come on. Battlefront 3 was like a layup, a grand slam, walk in the park. They're about to have ground to space combat. That would have been amazing. But no, sadly, that game was canceled. Maybe it was too ambitious for its time, I don't know. But all I want is just an online game in Battlefront where I can do some galactic conquest or play with some bots with my friends, but I guess it's too hard to do. Man, I'm just been in a really bad mood lately with a lot of bad games just not being good. Like, a lot of games that I've been really excited for lately have just completely, absolutely wasted my time and money. I mean, you talk about games like Suicide Squad being awful. You talk about the Classic Collection here just completely being a failure at launch. You talk about Mortal Kombat 1 being completely abandoned practically by the developers and really lackluster modes to keep us playing. I mean, can I just have one win when it comes to online gaming? I mean, the only game that I can say firmly that has given me some kind of hope is Helldivers 2. That's a game that only costs $40, and it's worth every penny more from $5 than Battlefront Classic Collection, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Basically, folks, Aspyr had one job, just to put the old Battlefront games on there, maybe polish up the graphics a little bit, and give us online. Maybe that's 3 jobs, but oh, that was just way too hard for them. So let's see. Why don't we talk about their list of accomplishments with the Battlefront Classic Collection? Let's see. Oh, they borrowed mods from people that they never credited them for, and then lied saying that they weren't mods, even though it was found in files that it were mods. Very interesting. They launched the game. The servers are completely down. Nobody is able to find matches, and when they do, they're so laggy and unplayable that people are having a bad time. You have weird stuff like the spinny camera every time you die, and it's like, am I supposed to enjoy this game, or am I supposed to use it to throw up? Because honestly, that's all I feel like doing with this game. And then, with all the single-player offline content, they somehow managed to mess that up too. No cutscenes in the Rise of the Empire. The inverted control stuff was oddly turned off. And just a myriad of weird, buggy choices. What do I mean by buggy choices? Well, you remember that Battlefront 1 loading screen? Remember those nostalgic objective complete sounds from the campaign of Rise of the Empire? Well, for some reason, Aspyr is like, that sounds a little too cheery. Let's make it sound a little bit more humdrum. You know, it goes from doot 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 doot, wow, and then it goes to like bop 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 bop. That's literally what it sounds like. It's like going from high notes to bass notes, and it's like, why, Aspyr? Why would you make that change? And then it's the same thing with the Rise of the Empire. It's like boop, 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 instead of you know, it's like, why, dude? This game, man, I have waited a week just so that I can get my hands on it again. But yeah, the damage is done, folks. They had one job, and that was to get 32 players versus 32 players online in Battlefront. Sure, the games are a little dated, but we were going to have fun with it if we could actually play the game with our friends. They couldn't even do a party system. I can't even make a private lobby because, the servers are messed up. And yeah, you could, be the devil's advocate and say, all the online games are launching buggy these days. Well, let me tell you something, folks. All this game needed was an online beta, and it could have been fine. Of course, a little game testing along the way would have been good too, but what do I know? I guess it was fine. 2 weeks or so of, the game is announced and then, the game's out, with little to no communication. That's what we have, folks. A cash grab. Shameless. Done with zero effort. Zero love for the franchise, and it just breaks my heart, man. I just want a good Battlefront game in 2024. Well, that about sums up this video. I really really, really wanted this game to succeed. I wanted to play with friends. It was a dream of mine. And Aspire stabbed me in the back. I don't know if I can ever, live with the idea that I bought it on 2 different consoles just so that I could have it on the go and on the PlayStation. But here we are. And I guess it's just a hard lesson to learn. Maybe not all games should be pre-ordered. Maybe every online game needs a beta. But nonetheless, thank you for listening to me. I know I ranted a little bit here, but I just had to get some stuff off my chest. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, fiends. Hopefully the next one's a little more fun. Take care now.